Hey guys, welcome. So I found some gold. I was just like going through my Bible this morning and just so happened to land on Haggai. And I was just reading blessings for a defiled people. And as I'm reading, I get to hear. And I thought to myself, we were just reading the genealogy yesterday in a live. That's what the New Testament starts out with. And that's what I'm reading right now on my own study in Chronicles. I'll show you really quick so you can see it for yourself. So I'm in Chronicles, but I'm in chapter 14 now. But before that, it's literally going over the whole genealogy of basically Israel, everyone's genealogy. That's what the book starts out with. Same thing with Matthew, and we were just in that yesterday. And so I thought to myself, wait a minute, Zerubbabel, son of Shealtiel, okay? And then I was reading it, declares the Lord, and I will make you like my signet ring, for I have chosen you, declares the Lord. So now we're gonna go to Matthew, take a look at this. Okay, here, it starts off the genealogy. Okay, so I had a dream like a couple days ago where I saw a bunch of Muslims and I was supposed to share the divinity of Christ, how Jesus is the Son of God, that he is God actually. So I've been trying to work on a study on that, but in the meantime, yesterday, I didn't plan this out. We started going through the genealogy, and here we are. We just read this in Haggai. So after the exile of Babylon, it's still going to the genealogy, which is consistent. We see that in the Old Testament. And this guy, the father of Zerubbabel. And what did it say? It's a prophecy. I will make you like a signet ring. That's what it says. So there is like a messianic thing behind this. So Zerubbabel is called my servant, and so we can look at some scriptures to show this too. So 2 Samuel 3:18, I think it was saying, do it, for the Lord promised David, by my servant David, I will rescue my people Israel from the hand of the Philistines and from the hand of all the enemies. Okay, we can look at 1 Kings 11:3-4. Okay, so 1 Kings 11:34. But I will not take the whole kingdom out of Solomon's hand. I have made him ruler all the days of his life, for the sake of David, my servant, whom I chose, and who obeyed my commands and my decrees. So we'll look at Isaiah 42:1-9 now. Okay, Isaiah 42:1-9, it says, here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one in whom I delight. I will put my spirit on him. Again, yesterday I was showing you that the spirit, okay, we looked at the lineage of Christ, but it was the Spirit of God that hovered over Mary like we saw in Genesis. And here, I will put my spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or cry or raise his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. In faithfulness he will bring forth justice. He will not flatter or be discouraged till he establish justice on earth. In his teaching, the islands will put their hope. His teaching, the gospel. It says, this is what God the Lord says, the creator of the heavens, who stretched them out, who spreads out the earth with all that springs from it, who gives breath to its people and life to those who walk on it. I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness. I will take hold of your hand. I will keep you and make you to be a covenant for the people and a light for the Gentiles. Who is a people who is not his people? We see Jesus when he comes on the scene. He's looking for the lost sheep of Israel, and he did that purposely. and then they reject him, right? And then he becomes a light for the Gentiles to open up the eyes of the blind. And Jesus was literally reading this in the synagogue. He was reading this to free the captives from the prison, to release from the dungeons those who sit in darkness. I am the Lord, this is my name. I will not yield my glory to another, or my praise to idols. See the former things that have taken place, and new things I declare. Before they spring into being, I announce them to you. Okay, so now we can go to Isaiah 41, 1 through 13. Listen to me, you islands. Hear this, you distant nations. Before I was born, the Lord called me from my mother's womb. He has spoken my name. He has made my mouth like a sharpened sword. In the shadow of my hand, he hid me. He made me into a polished arrow, and concealed me in his quiver. He said to me, "You are my servant, Israel, in whom I display my splendor." But I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for nothing at all. Yet what is due me is in the Lord's hand, and my reward is with God. And now the Lord says, He who formed me in the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob back to him, and gather Israel to himself. For I am honored in the eyes of the Lord, and my God has been my strength, he says. Is it too small a thing for you to be my servant, to restore the tribes of Jacob, and to bring back those of Israel I have kept? I will also make you a light for the Gentiles, that my salvation may reach the ends of the earth. This is what the Lord says, the Redeemer of the Holy One of Israel. To him who was despised and abhorred by the nations, to the servant of rulers. Kings will see you and stand up. Princes will see and bow down, because of the Lord who is faithful, the Holy One of Israel, who has chosen you. This is what the Lord says, in a time of my favor I will answer you. In the day of salvation I will help you. I will keep you, and I will make you to be a covenant for the people, to restore the land, and to reassign in desolation inheritance, to say to the captives, come out, and to those in darkness, be free. They will feed beside the roads and find pastures on every barren hill. They will neither hunger nor thirst, nor will the desert heat of the sun beat down on them. He who has compassion on them will guide them, and he will lead them by the springs of water. I will turn all my mountains into roads, and my highways will be raised up. See, they will come from afar, some from the north and some from the west, some from the reign of Aswan. Shout for joy, you heavens, rejoice, you earth, burst into singing, you mountains, for the Lord comforts his people, and he will have compassion on his afflicted one. So you see there's a lot of prophecies in Isaiah. So let's look at Isaiah 54 through 11. The sovereign Lord has given me a well-instructed tongue to know the word that sustains the weary. He has wakened me morning by morning, wakens my ear to listen like one being instructed. The sovereign Lord has opened my ears. I have not rebelled. I have not turned away. I offered my back to those who beat me, my cheek to those who pulled out my beard. Oh my goodness, it's talking about Jesus right here. I did not hide my face from mocking and spitting, because the sovereign Lord helps me. I will not be disgraced. Therefore have I set my face like flint, and I know I will not be put to shame. He who vindicts me is near. Who then will bring charges against me? Let us face each other. Who is my accuser? Let him confront me. It is the sovereign Lord who helps me. Who will condemn me? They will wear out like a garment. The moths will eat them. I don't have enough time to read the rest, but if you have time, read the rest up to 11. Also, if you could read 52, 53, and Ezekiel 34 and 37. As God's signet ring, Zerubbabel becomes a picture of the future Messiah, Jesus. I hope this message